Hello, noobs. Alright, so basically, these are 10 tips for Roblox trading. So, guys, tip number 1 is basically always try to get value over wrap. I know a lot of people like to wrap trade, but I like value. Alright, that's just me. Okay, guys, tip number 2 for Roblox trading is always try to get an up-and-coming item. So if an item looks up and coming, like it was always low but it's starting to grow, that means it's probably going to go all the way up, and it's probably going to go up multiple thousands. So always watch out for up and coming items. Tip number 3, guys, is to go into Rollermons, because Rollermons always helps you out. It shows you like every item, shows you what's going up, what's going down, the value, the wrap, everything. It's like just better. It's better than like everything else. If you want to trade, you gotta always check out your trade on Roblox and see if it's good. Tip number 4 is to always try to get Robux in a trade. I know I usually don't do that. I'm usually the one giving away Robux. But the reason why it's good is because you could save up the Robux that you get in the trade to maybe buy a decent limited to use in trade. So try to get Robux in the trade just because it's always better to get it. If you don't want to, it's okay though. Alright guys, tip number 5 is to always try to get as much as possible. So if you think it's a pretty decent trade, but you see like a small item that the guy has, try to take it from him. Ask for that in the trade if you think the person might accept it. Just make an attempt at it, because if you, that's an extra, like, let's just say 400 or 500 Robux that you could use for something else. So why not just pick it up? Tip number 6. This is tip number 6. And it is actually something that I do not do. Try to flip projecteds. I'm not a projected flipper, but you really should do it, because you could get something good for it. If you trade like a 4K value item for like a projected that has like 17K wrap, and then you can maybe flip it for 6K, or you could basically get the projected for free and split the profit with the other person after you do it. So either one is good, and it'll really help you out a lot. That's what a lot of people like to do. I'm just not the type of person, but I recommend you do it. Alright guys, this is tip number 7, and it's actually something that includes Rollermons, which was one of the earlier tips, but I never explained this. And it is basically to set trade ads. So on Rollermons you could set trade ads so people could send you trades that you want. So instead of sending people normal trades, and if they accept it and maybe something goes down or up and you're not happy that you did it, then at least on Rollermons, you send a trade ad, they could resend it to you later, and it's not an automatic accept. You could have a second chance to basically accept or decline it or counter it. So that's just a little tip, just in case you get screwed over. Alright guys, tip number 8 is to always try to upgrade. Like, I see people like trying to downgrade and get like extra value in wrap, but you're really supposed to upgrade. Like, upgrading is what you're supposed to do. Upgrading is part of Roblox trading. Like, better the item you upgrade to, the more value it has, then the better, because the higher the value, the more interest most of the time, unless it's a very rare item. Like the Super Duper, I got that item, which I'm gonna make a video about later. I got that item because it was an upgrade. Even though I overpaid a lot, it was an upgrade, and it has a lot of value, and it's also very like known. Like, people really like it a lot. It has a lot of demand, so demand is very important. So if you see an item that has a lot of demand, try to pick it up. Alright guys, tip number 9 is to always try to find new users. Like, let's just say the person just buys a bunch of Robux and buys a random limited, but they're like a new user, like they don't really know what they're doing, they just wanted to buy a new limited. Then you might be able to fleece them for a bad trade, and they won't even know it. They might think it's a good trade. That happened to me when I just started with Robux trading. But thank God it wasn't that big of a trade. Thank God that account got hacked, so it won't come up on my trade list. But it wasn't a good trade, and that'll happen to a lot of noobs, like noobs with good items. So if you see a noob, try to give them like a trade that looks good on paper, like a projected, but it's really not good. They might not check, and you might be able to fleece them. So always attempt that. It's always a good trade to make, because you're always going to get profit. Even if they say no, it's no, and if they accept it, you make a ton of profit. That's all it is. Alright guys, before we get to the final trading tip, I just have to ask all you guys to sub and like, please. Alright, that's all I have to ask. Let's go back to the video. Trade tip number 10. So basically, if you're not like a really amazing trader, like you don't have like 500k wrap, like you have like 40-50k wrap like I do, then don't try to make trades with people with like 1 million wrap or like 2 million wrap, because you're not gonna win. They're just better than you. Like, it's not even worth making a trade. Even if you think it's a good trade, it's not gonna be a good trade. I'm not saying trade with like noobs with like 5k wrap, but don't do anything stupid and trade with like really good guys. Trade with people around like your level, maybe a little bit better than you. But anyone with like 1 million wrap will probably out-fleece you in the trade. You're probably not gonna out-trade them. Just saying. My opinion. Alright? Like, it makes no sense to try to trade with a really good player, because you're gonna lose. There's no way you're winning, because those people have gotten all that wrap. They didn't pay to win. Unless they're like a developer, they didn't pay to win. Or a YouTuber. So you have to understand, those people have been trading for years. They understand more than you. You will not beat them in a trade. Do not even attempt. Unless even if they send you a trade. If they send you a trade, even though you like it, it's probably not going to be a good trade for you. And that's all I got for you guys. Alright guys, please sub and like. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.